Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dark knights. This is the Batbran, and welcome. Welcome on back to the Batbran NFL Week in Review and more. Just some Batbran chat. But yeah, welcome everybody as you're coming on in the chat. How you guys doing? If you are new here, my name is the Batbran. I do upload normally Pokemon content, but I do also Dragon Ball Z and some other content, NFL, Gotham, anything anime. But today we're going to talk about my normal Tuesday live stream, NFL Week 8. I wanted to talk about some of that, talk about some trade deadline stuff, and I'm going to actually start with the trade deadline stuff. We got some big trades that went on in the NFL this week. First of all, Eli Apple leaving the Giants, going to the Saints. Clint, my cousin, how's it going? Clint is here in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, Eli Apple going to the Giants, to the Saints. He was terrible in the Giants. And maybe him going to the Saints, he would be better as a slot corner, which I think that's what he's going to be in that off defense anyway. Amari Cooper going to the Dallas Cowboys. They finally get a number one wide receiver. I think it's a little bit too high of a price tag for a receiver who hasn't been good since 2015. But still, they got a number one wide receiver, and John Gruden does it again. Then the trades that came in today. Golden Tate going to... I did not think the Lions would just part with Golden Tate, but they did, and he could have not gone to a better team. The Eagles do it again, make another trade deadline move to hopefully push them over the top for the playoff run and get them to another Super Bowl. That offense is pretty good right now, because now you have Golden Tate that's going to go in a slot. He is a slot receiver. You got Alshon Jeffrey on the outside. You can't leave Alshon Jeffrey alone, but Golden Tate is a top 10 wide receiver as well in this league, so you can't forget about him as well. So that offense is already looking really good. Unfortunately, they are in the NFC North. Makes me a little upset. But hey, well, no, they're not. He got rid of him and he left the NFC North, which is good. He's in the NFC East now, which doesn't make it any easier for those Dallas Cowboys to win the NFC East title, because there was another team in that division who made a move. Clinton Dix got shipped from the Packers over to the Redskins. Quote my words on this. This defense, which was already playing better the last several weeks, is going to be really good here in the future, because is a pretty good safety. Their secondary has been pretty good against the pass, and you add Clinton Dix to the mix. Bro, let me tell you right now, this secondary is going to be very difficult to beat, and their offense with Alex Smith, once he gets it going and starts getting more of a rapport with his wide receivers, I think they could win the NFC East. Unless Dallas and the Eagles have something to say about it. But right now, it's looking like it's all Redskins, and I did not know they were 5-2. But I didn't think with their offense really isn't that great. But they proved that on Sunday what they could do offensively, and they were good defensively, offensively against the Giants. And Alex Smith threw the ball well yet again. And Adrian Peterson, guys, is back. He still got it. At the age of, I think, 36, 37, he can still run the football, and he ran for 2 more touchdowns, and he is having a throwback year right now. He's having an excellent year, and comeback player of the year, maybe? I don't know if it's that great of a season, but he's still having a great year. The other trades that happened, which I think probably one of the sneakiest ones, was Dante Fowler being shipped from the Jaguars over to the Rams. The Rams already have a great front four with Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers. But you add Dante Fowler to the mix. Dante Fowler Jr., who's a very good pass rusher to begin with, very highly touted from the draft. That defense, he goes to a team that's already undefeated. That defense is going to be much better front seven wise, and they didn't have to give up a lot for him either. But I think that's going to be the sneakiest trade that happened. Ty Montgomery went to the Ravens, which sucks because I'm going to get into later. He caused the Packers to lose a monumental game to the Rams on Sunday, and I'm going to get into that later. And then probably the move I'm thinking, and of the whole entire trade deadline, Demaryius Thomas going to the Houston Texans makes, let me tell you, this offense with already DeAndre Hopkins, which in my mind is the best receiver in all of football. Don't quote me on that, but he is, in my eyes, he's the best receiver in all of football. Well, right now, even better than AB. You add that and you put Demaryius Thomas on that offense too. Deshaun Watson must be the happiest guy in the world because he's got two amazing top-tier wide receivers, and they're leading the division. Let me tell you something. Texans get into the playoffs, look out, because this is going to be a dangerous team now. But I think that was all the trades that I really wanted to talk about. The NFL, let me know if anybody in the chat, if you guys, if I'm missing a trade that happened. But let's jump right into the Week 8 review, because I do want to talk about my Bears. As you guys can see, victory on Sunday. Some of the games that did happen that I did want to talk about. I think it was Carolina and Baltimore. Carolina absolutely destroyed. Sorry about that. Absolutely destroyed the Ravens. And and Cam Newton's back. Christian McCaffrey's back. They're running good again, and that's what their offense goes through. The pass is always good through the run, and Christian McCaffrey is the focal point of that offense, and they got back to what they needed to do, and it helped me and made me happy in fantasy seeing that. I will say that, but yeah, I really don't want to touch on that too much. But then the other games I wanted to talk about was Cincinnati and Tampa Bay. Cincinnati won that game against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay did make it interesting near the end because they benched Jameis Winston. The guy had 4 interceptions in the first half. And Fitzmagic came out and he brought them back. And honestly, Jameis Winston just turns that ball over way too much. I think Fitzpatrick should be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season for Tampa Bay. And then I think they need to go get a quarterback in the draft just to help push Jameis, because Jameis he turns that ball over way too much. But Joe Mixon, I rave about this guy. I raved about him in the beginning of the NFL season. Joe Mixon is an amazing running back. He ran for 2 touchdowns, over 130-some yards. Absolutely manhandled this team. And then probably the most amazing guy in this offense right now is not even A.J. Green. It's Tyler Boyd from the University of Pitt. Hail to Pitt, ladies and gentlemen. He has absolutely... He is dominated, and he has taken his opportunities with John Ross hurt, and he has taken them to extraordinary limits, and he's having a career year right now. Probably most improved player in the NFL, if I want to be honest. Just fantastic, and they stay pace to possibly get a wild card. They're not going to win the division this year, especially with the way the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing, and they beat the Cleveland Browns very handily also on Sunday. Cleveland then fired Hugh Jackson a day later, and they also fired Todd Haley. They need a clean sweep, but what they need to do is they need to get a coach that's going to stay there longer than 1 or 2 seasons. This is what the Cleveland Browns do every single year. But I will say they threw Baker out there thinking that Baker, like, they were going to get all these wins with Baker. Ride the ship with the system you have set in place right now. But maybe just getting rid of Hugh Jackson, getting rid of Todd Haley would change the perspective on the team. I just think they just need a really good coach. Hugh Jackson was a kind of questionable hire to begin with, and they just need a really good established coach. I think that's what they need. What else did I want to talk about? Some other games that did go on as well. Green Bay did face the Rams, as I said. The Rams, the way the Rams won, it was a great game all in all. It wasn't a shootout like I thought it was going to be, but it was still a good scoring game. Near the end, I thought Green Bay was going to win it. They were coming down to get the kickoff to Ty Montgomery was getting ready to get the kickoff, and he got it and just dropped the ball, and the Rams picked it up and won the game because of it. Let me just say, and then the day later he gets traded to the Ravens. How bad must he feel right now? He cost his team so bad to lose so bad that they traded him. That's a shame. But I mean, the good part is if you're in fantasy and you have Aaron Jones, he's now going to be the beneficiary of all these carries because him and Jamal Williams, because Ty Montgomery's gone, and I think he's going to be very good complimentary. I think what they should, he'll probably just be in that 3-headed monster now. But Buck Allen is going to be probably I would hope that they would use Ty Montgomery more, but they probably won't. He'll probably be an afterthought, which is a shame. But the Rams still ended up winning, and they're still undefeated. I don't see anyone knocking them off anytime soon until they face a really good team in the future. I don't know who they face next, but I think a division opponent will beat them. A division opponent. It's definitely not going to be the Cardinals or 49ers, I'll say that, because I watched a little bit of their game on Sunday, and that looked like watching paint dry. Those two the score literally was 5-3 by halftime. 5-3. Are you kidding me? That is terrible. But the Cardinals did win. Josh Rosen got his, I think, first win as a... Did he... Was that his first win? Yeah, that was his first win as a Cardinals quarterback. Which, I mean, good for him, but... Man, the 49ers, it's just a fluke season that they're 1-6 right now. But the fact that they are 1-6, it's just because they lost one player, Jimmy Garoppolo. And since they don't have a quarterback as good as Jimmy G, the offense is just not doing what it's supposed to. And I know C.J. Beathard isn't that bad of a quarterback, but that offense is different without Jimmy G. It just is. And speaking of disappointing teams, another very disappointing team, as I said, is the Giants. even though they got Saquon Barkley, who is their best player on offense right now, Eli Manning's got to sit. He has to. They're pretty much out of the playoffs at this point. With another loss to the Redskins. It's just the offense. The defense is all right. It's trying to keep teams down, but the offense, Eli Manning turning the ball over time and time and time again. No wonder Odell Beckham wants to leave. No wonder he wants to leave. Even though he just signed that big, humongous contract, but Odell Beckham's a diva. He is a diva. He's a humongous diva, and he knows it too. The game I really want to focus on is this game I want to talk about right now. Bears and the Jets. The Bears won handled in very good fashion, I will say that. Sorry about that. Yeah, they won in very good fashion. I think the final score was 24-10. Mr. Trubisky had another good game, throwing over 300 yards. I read this little statement the other day that he is actually on par to possibly have the best season of a Bears quarterback of all time, which to me makes me very happy as a Bears fan. Mitchell, I hope you do. He's actually the second he has the second most rushing yards of any quarterback in the league, which that also is very good as well. Because they said he was just a pocket quarterback, but he's proving to everyone in the NFL that not only can he's athletic enough, he can run it, but he can also throw the ball as well. And there were times where he's still trying to pick up on, putting the ball where he needs to, but and accuracy is still an issue with him. Clearly after his first half stats, but Tariq Cohen, that first touchdown was amazing. He caught that screen and just went unblocked into the end zone. And Jordan Howard did do some helping on the running game to help that. I will say this, people are saying that Tariq Cohen should be the number one running back in that offense over Jordan Howard, but I honestly think it's more of a 50-50 share than most people think. Jordan Howard's more of the inside runner, and if you want to do a run to the outside or do and put Tariq Cohen anywhere like you could with Tyreek Hill in Kansas City, and that's what Matt Nagy was good for, that's what you do. And they won without Allen Robinson, too. He was injured. He did not play. I don't even think he traveled with the team to the Jets stadium. But they won without Allen Robinson. Now, the first half was a little tight at first. I think they were never behind all game, which is good for me, especially since the game that they played last week, coming off that lull against the Patriots. No Khalil Mack playing as well. I was a little nervous, but the defense showed me that they can still play really well as well, without Khalil Mack, because as a Bears fan, in the past, if we would lose one good defensive player, like say Brian Urlacher got hurt, or Lance Briggs got hurt, our whole entire defense stunk. It was a completely different defense, and you could tell. Khalil Mack gets hurt, and we still played good defense. Now, we gave up some yards here and there, but we were very good defensively still, and it showed. And we still sacked the quarterback, we still did other stuff, and I don't think we got a lot of turnovers, but we still did a good job keeping them out of the end zone, and that is fantastic for a defense. That's what I love about a defense. You keep them out of the end zone, and I will be very happy. Bend, but don't break. But yeah, because 7 points, you need 7 points to win, not 3, in my mind. Also, the one thing, and they're playing the Bills next week, so that's a guaranteed win as well, especially with Nathan Peterman playing at quarterback. They're going to get a lot of turnovers this Sunday. If you have that Bears defense, put them in confidently. I know I am, especially against Nathan Peterman, who throws picks left and right every game. LaShawn McCoy is still going to be a factor in that game, though. But yeah, I think it's going to be another win, a much-needed win, especially when after that we face the Vikings. So we're going to need that. So anyway, I also wanted to talk about a very important person broke a record, a huge record that no one ever would have thought was going to be beaten, the all-time points record. The Indianapolis Colts kicker, Adam Vinatieri, did it again. He broke the all-time points record held by Morton Anderson, and he is now the greatest kicker of all time and the points king. Put it up there, and it's well-deserved because Adam Vinatieri is an all-around great guy, great kicker, even though he played for the Patriots for a couple years, but I'll always remember him as a Colt more. And the Colt, I think the Colts did win. Colts still won. Andrew Luck was fantastic. So when you're playing the Oakland Raiders, who have literally traded everyone away or have just tanked on the whole entire season, you know that but I mean, they fought. Oakland, you can't say Oakland just laid down and let the other team beat them. They fought really hard in a lot of their games they've lost, especially this one against Indianapolis. They fought, and and they didn't just lay down and let the team beat them. It was a back and forth game too, so you can't say, oh, Oakland just got pummeled, blah blah blah. But they made it interesting, and John Gruden's got something to build on in the future, but he's going to get rid of everyone who does not go into his vision for the Oakland Raiders in the next 9 years. So, if you aren't liked by John Gruden in the Oakland Raiders uniform, you are gone. Let's just say that. And the Sunday night game was... Who did play Sunday night? I don't even remember. I don't think it was that interesting, was it? I gotta try and remember. Oh, it was Minnesota versus New Orleans. I believe New Orleans won. Yeah, New Orleans did win. Which Alvin Kamara was great. And only 120 yards from Drew Brees, which that shows me right there they can win in many different ways. And this team is going to be a threat every year. The Saints are a threat. Just because, I mean, Drew Brees being on the team and Sean Payton being their head coach. Like, they're the Patriots, pretty much, of the NFC. You know they're going to be in it every single year and be in some form of the playoff race or whatnot. But they're still in a tough division. The Panthers are literally right behind them. And they face each other, I think, again soon, so we're going to find out. And the last time they played, it was very close as well, so I'm interested how that game is going to go. If the Panthers can win that one, it will make it very, very interesting in that division. I think last year and the year before that, they had to play... They had to play some very serious games in that division the last week of the season, and it's going to come down to the last week of the season like it always does in that division in the NFC South. The Seattle Seahawks actually beat the Detroit Lions. They led most of the game. They put a walloping on the Detroit Lions. But the Detroit Lions did come back and make it a game, but they're going to be worse down the line now, especially with no more Golden Tate. But Marvin Jones Jr. is probably going to be more of and Kenny Galladay are going to have more of a role. So if you have them in fantasy, start them, though, because they're going to be more. And Kenny Galladay, people are saying get rid of him, get rid of him. Be patient on him, because now that Golden Tate's gone, they're probably going to. I mean, they could run the ball more with Kerryon Johnson as well. So if you have Kerryon Johnson, Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, those three guys are the guys you could possibly want to start, because they're going to be behind because their defense sucks. So they're going to be behind a lot, and so they're going to be forced to and they move the ball very well offensively. So Kerryon Johnson's going to get some good carries. He's going to get some yards. Kenny Galladay is going to get targets. Marvin Jones are all going to get targets. I think, and with one less mouth to feed, it's going to be very easy for them to get good fantasy points. The one other game I did want to talk about, and it popped in my head, and then it just went away, but it'll come back to me. Oh, no, I got it. The London game at 9:30 in the morning was the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. What has happened to the Jacksonville Jaguars? They lose Leonard Fournette, and all of a sudden, Blake Bortles can't help but throw a turnover. I think Bortles only had 80-some yards passing for a good portion of the game. What has happened to this team? This defense can't stop anybody. What is going on in Jacksonville? Them being on a bye next week could not come into it at a perfect time. At 3-5, this team needs to scratch and claw just to get a playoff spot now. It's a shame. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are regretting not going after a quarterback in both free agency and in the draft. They did say they wanted a quarterback in the draft, and they never went for one. And now they're regretting it, because who are you going to go to? Cody Kessler? I don't think so. But the good part is I think they do get Leonard Fournette when they come off their bye, which is good. They need it. They do. They need all help they can get. And with them losing Marquise Lee, who is their number one receiver, they haven't been able to really move the ball either. But they still had a good game come down the wire. They still ended up losing because Philly was just too good. They back at 500. Philly stays in that playoff race. And with them getting Golden Tate now, it makes it a very interesting team to go deep in the playoffs again this year and possibly make another Super Bowl run. But the NFC right now is stacked with the Rams and all those teams, and the Rams and the Saints and possibly the Bears and Vikings. I think the Vikings can make a playoff berth as well, but we'll see what happens in there. Now, and then lastly, I did want to talk about the Monday Night Football game. I have to talk about it. I mean, hey, Tom Brady didn't throw a touchdown pass, so thanks to that, I won my fantasy matchup this week by like 4 points. But that's not, I mean, whatever. But, I mean, they were facing the Bills. Did you really expect Tom Brady and them to just falter and struggle with them? No, I didn't think so. But hey, if you had Julian Edelman in fantasy, he did really good for you. He's back to Julian Edelman form as he should be, and PPR, he is going to be fantastic. Especially full point PPRs, he is going to be a great wide receiver. That's why I'm confidently starting him each week, no matter what matchup he's in, because he's a New England wide receiver. Especially because he's Julian Edelman, too. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about in this was, I'm pretty much done talking about all the NFL stuff, but I wanted to talk about one more thing before I signed off here. Gotham. I wanted to talk about Gotham. Some huge announcement has happened. Several huge announcements. First thing first, we're going to be getting the accident to Penguin that gets him that glass eye. So he's going to have the monocle. And we're going to get... I think I discussed Batman is going to be in this. Jeremiah Valeska is going to become the Joker. They added some new... They're also going to do a 10-year jump. They're going to... they said maybe even 3 jumps. We got a first look at Bane in the season 5. Some pictures that leaked through season 5. I don't know what I think about this new Bane. He looks kind of like a mixture because he's got the mask. He's got like this mask kind of like from The Dark Knight Rises, but I guess the Venom stuff or whatever it is like on his chest. It's not in his back like it normally is. I don't know what I think about that, but it looks decent. I'll have to see it on screen to know what I really think about it. But yeah, I think this is going to be the best season yet. And we got an announcement, random announcement. I was scrolling through Facebook one day, and I got this random thing from Carmen Bicandova, who is the actress for Catwoman in the show. And I was watching her video and listening to what she was saying, and she was saying that, you know, they had this scene where they were all outside, so it seems like all of them are gonna, like the season 1 people are all going to team up together for some reason, probably to take down Bane, I think, and all that, but they were all there. And then she said about the release date and stuff. And I know a lot of you guys were thinking it was supposed to come back in March, mid-season. I was kind of hoping that they would increase the time when it was supposed to come out, and they did. They did, and it is coming back January 3rd. January 3rd, mark your calendars. Season 5 of Gotham is coming back January 3rd, and you best guarantee I'm doing Gotham episode reviews every week. And you'll be thinking, but Brandon, it's just 10 episodes. It shouldn't be that great. Oh, wrong. Another announcement was also made right after. They got extended for 2, maybe 3 more episodes. We're not getting 10, we're getting 12, and it's going to be exactly 100 episode series. Yes, as a Gotham fan, not even a Gotham fan, but a Batman fan. Makes me extremely happy. Just makes me so ecstatic to know not only we're getting the Batman. I was thinking we were going to have 10 episodes, but now we're going to have 12. Yes, but they kind of had to let go of the ventriloquist and another person, but they are going to show some Easter eggs and a cameo of them in it. But we're still going to get... We're not getting 10. We're getting 12 episodes, and January 3rd it comes out. That's only a couple months away. Like, I'm so happy about that, and this just gets me more hyped for the season to start, and I can't wait. I honestly think that we are gonna get to see full-on Batman. They did say this season we're going to see Batman. We're gonna see full-on Bruce Wayne actually basically become a proto-Batman in the series, and then near the end, in the last 1 or 2 episodes, we're going to see Batman, along with some other characters in this time jump that they're going to do. We're also going to see the Penguin that as we know, probably not till the end in this 10-year jump, fat, pudgy, overweight, they said, with the monocle, with top hat, umbrella. I'd love to see that. We're going to see a lot of different characters as well. But the one thing I just want them to do is I want it to do it justice. And I think it will. I think it really will. And I think it's going to be the best season yet. I'll be honest. I think it's going to be the best season yet, especially with them extending it 2 episodes and them hiding this from us and we not knowing about it. What are they going to do? I don't know, but with them extending it 2 episodes, we don't even know what's going to come. Those last 2 episodes, could be just the 10-year jump with Batman. You know, I do think that the last episode they did already say that we're gonna see Batman. It could be for that. It could be in the episode before that one we get the jump that's going to bring us to Batman. So get excited, folks. Gotham is back. Hope you guys, then that's pretty much all the things I wanted to talk about today. If you did enjoy this little mini vlog, live stream or whatever, please go ahead, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to. If you haven't yet already subscribed to the Batbran, feel free to do so. And I am actually, after this, going to record a video and probably try and go live yet again. I'm not entirely sure of what I want to do there. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome, my Dark Knights.